not natural, nor is it inevitable, nor does it determine who's right in a conflict. All it determines is who can inflict more pain and suffering on the other side. Is that any way to settle our differences? I really think not. The cost of war is enormous. Tens of thousands, even millions of people die in warfare absolutely needlessly. Millions of people are displaced. Social and economic progress is absolutely destroyed in developing countries that are desperately poor. Just in sheer dollars and cents, there's one estimate that says the average cost of a war is about $58 billion. And what we do as peace builders is provide an alternative to the use of violent force to settle our differences. The most important thing to be effective as a peace builder is to build trust. They trust us because they know that we have no objective other than finding a way to resolve these conflicts without the use of violent force. I've had personal experience in several violent conflicts. Back in 1999, my friend John Garamendi gave me a call and he was concerned about the border war that had broken out between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Said, we've got to do something about it. We got in touch with the leaders of both countries and they asked us to help, and we did. We met regularly with the heads of state, with their foreign ministers, with their ambassadors. We met with the business community. We met with the religious leaders and the academics and civil society in both countries over a 2-year period. It took a long time, but we built a trust relationship, and by working together, we were able to bring it to a positive resolution. The UN was involved, the US government was involved, African Union was involved, but we played a central role.
Czech and AFDP has done amazing peacemaking work in that area, and it is a privilege for me to be part of that.
One of the great things about the Alliance for Peacebuilding is we have many organizations, and within that network there are people and organizations that are positioned to build a relationship with the leadership and at the grassroots level. We are independent from government. We aren't a part of the government, and that helps free us from being constricted by government policies and by anyone's national interests. Here's the interesting thing. Over 90% of wars these days are not settled on the battlefield. They are settled through a negotiated settlement. The point I like to make is, let's bypass the warfare and go straight to the negotiated settlement. The frequency and severity of violent conflict is down significantly. There are fewer wars going on right now than there were 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, and far fewer casualties. On the other hand, the world faces some enormous challenges. Climate change, population growth, water shortages, these things are powder kegs that could explode. And that's why now is the time we have got to make an investment in building a more peaceful world, putting in place systems and mechanisms to resolve these conflicts without the use of violent force. Funding for building peace is absolutely minuscule. It's time to scale up. It's time to make the kind of investment it will take. Imagine fewer wars taking place. Imagine being a part of that, knowing that you're a part of that. We're looking for partners who can come on board with us and help build a more peaceful world.
Peacebuilding really works, and it has a great impact on countries and people, but also on business and people's quality of life. It's a great return on investment to invest in peacebuilding.
There is no question in my mind, if we can get the business community behind this effort, we get the foundations, we get private citizens, we get the religious people behind this effort, we get the entrepreneurs. This entrepreneurial spirit is just so wonderful. Let's see some entrepreneurial spirit behind building a more peaceful world. This is the entrepreneurial venture of all time, and we're doing it. What better legacy for your family and for your children than you helped make this world peaceful?